BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another lot of racing coming your way. This time we're the 420 Sim Racing's GT3 Challenge. We're in Brasselton, USA, Road Atlanta full course. We are currently in qualifying. About 5 minutes to go. 13 cars have registered for this race. We can see there Luke Fallon. He has currently got our quick time speed. Let's get those times on the board. Juha Cirillo, Rob Chandler, Dean Wright, and Darren Grinner are the top 5. So Wayne Rogers, Ash Rogers, Brock Clark, Anthony Hagen, Cole Douglas, the top 10, and then Cliff Potter and Jason Hutchins rounding out the 11th and 12th cars. Nathan Tapp has registered, and hopefully she'll get out there and get some laps in shortly. Now, as I mentioned at the head of the broadcast, this is the 420 Sim Racing League's GT3 Challenge here at Road Atlanta. Now, it is a 50% fuel capacity, 1 hour long race, so there will be at least a stop. It will be an evening race with 50% fog, so visibility is also going to be very tricky. Standing start as per the usual. Now, a bit of information about Road Atlanta. Now, it is officially known as Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. It's a renowned 12-turn, 2.54 mile or 4 and a bit kilometre road course located near Brasselton in Georgia. It's been a part of the iRacing sim service for about 16 years. 2009, I believe it debuted. Now 12 turns. The layout is as follows. It's broken down into 6 sections. So the first section is turns 1 and 2, Big Red and the Sweeper. Now that's a high-speed uphill right-hander flowing into a left over the crest. That will lead you into the S's. Turns 3 to 5. That's a challenging downhill, uphill S section requiring super smooth transitions for a short straight. Then it leads into turn 6. That's a fast 90-degree banked right with immediate hard braking, which leads you straight into turn 7 and then into the back straight. So that sets up for a full throttle climb over the crest before approaching the chicane into the turn 10A and B chicane. Turn 11 is a left-right tight complex, replacing the dangerous dip, leading into a blind under bridge double apex turn 11. And then into the final section, turn 12. That is a fast downhill right that plunges onto pit straight. It's a thrilling exit after an intense braking battle. Now, some of the reasons Road Atlanta stands out. Let's get a bit of a better cam going while we're out here qualifying. So some of the reasons why this track. Oh, what's going on over here with my? Sorry, my Streamlabs just went all crazy. So it's a bit of a roller coaster style circuit. This one, obviously, as I described, it has major elevation changes and blind crests. Now the flow from high speed sweepers to heavy braking zones tests braking precision, car balance and exit control, and the addition of the chicane makes turn 11 one of the most intricate and rewarding corners to master. We're just seeing the 10 car actually hitting the chicane. The 37's coming up onto that chicane right now. Let's it's a bit tricky. It's possible to pop out a bit higher on the track than you will like when there's cars beside you and you're not going to be able to choose your preferred line. That is going to be an obstacle. Now, obviously, with the GT3s here, what they want to look at is the practicing some clean and smooth transitions through the S's to preserve momentum. Find the braking markers, nail those timings, especially before turn 6, turn 10A and turn 11, where late braking can actually yield significant lap times, as well as passing opportunities. Now, study telemetry with tools like Tack Titan to mirror ideal lines. No, don't worry about that. Braking points and throttle application is dumb. Now, the GT3s themselves, obviously, the blind corners and the elevation changes. We mentioned that turns 1 and 12 are fast but blind, requiring confidence and commitment. Now, with the S's, the GT3s can be too aggressive, and you'll lose balance and dip off track. Turn 6 and 10A demand precision. Block-ups or rear instability here will ruin lap times and your tyre wear. And then, of course, your traction zones. Getting clean exits from turn 7 onto the long back straight and turn 12 onto the main straight is crucial for your lap times and overtaking. did get some on-track information. So roughly 44 to 45 laps on 50 fuel. To average one stop, you need to be doing around 2.3 litres a lap. Some of the guys that have been in practice sort of working out this event have been averaging around 2.46. So it could very well be a two-stopper depending on how they go. All right, this one will get underway in just a moment as the racing stewards wrap up the qualifying period. No cars still out on the track, I don't believe, so it should close over pretty quickly. All right, here we go. The 420 Austin Racing's GT3 Challenge here at Road Atlanta. Hell Reaper in the chat. Good luck, brother. Where are you lining up? You're on the 4th row. No relation either. So Luke Fallon and Yuha Cirilla on that front row. Rob Chandler and Dean Wright will be on that second row. Third row is going to be Darren Justice and Brock Clark. Fourth row, Wayne Rogers and Ash Rogers. No relation. Kyle Douglas and Anthony Haig on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Cliff Potter, Ram Jam, and Jason Hutchins. And then on that seventh and final row, Mr. Nathan Tapp himself. All right, we're going to get this one underway in just a moment. Straight into the racing. Who have you got, guys and girls? Who is your pick? Oh, actually, just real quickly, just before we get this race started, just make sure I have loaded my track cams. Ah, go away. No, I didn't, but now I've got all the cams and I've lost my other ones. Right, I'm just gonna have to really fix that real quick, guys, just so I get those other cams back. I need those other ones that I had up. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's get this one underway. Bob will get a bit professional in just a moment. Jacob Smith in the YouTube chat. Luke wins. Luke Fallon is a very safe bet. He is a gun when it comes to the road course racing. There he is on our screens right there. Rob Chandler's going to move himself up into the race lead, though. I think we just jinxed him, Jacob. Dean right back there in third. Darren Justice, a grinner in fourth. Wayne Rogers fifth. Cole Douglas, he's there in sixth. Nathan Taps moved his way himself up all the way to seventh. Cliff Potter eighth. Ash Rogers currently ninth. Anthony Haig 10th. Jason Hutchins, Brock Clark, and Yuha Cirilla back there at 11th, 12th, and 13th. Let's have a look at a bit of an eventful start, it seems. We'll just go back and watch a few of these cars. See the Ash Rogers, Brock Clark getting caught up, coming through that turn and coming off track. We also had Yuha Cirilla, the 696 machine, coming off at the same time. Looks like the cars were able to avoid it. AJ getting back on the track pretty quickly there. Looks like Nathan Tapp also going off track while we were looking at the replays. Back to the live racing. 1 hour's worth of racing here at Road Atlanta. So Yuha has taken that race car to the pits already. must have sustained some damage. Needs to get some repairs completed. Alright, at the start of this race, if I do go quiet a little bit every now and then, it's just because I want to quickly smash some food. I didn't have I got a bit caught up and didn't get stuff organised until late. So, yeah, just trying to have some dinner while we get this broadcast started. I don't want to chew in your ear, folks. I'd rather you enjoy the racing. Lap 3 as the guys come around the hairpin onto the back stretch. As we come down the back stretch, this is going to be one of the first overtaking zones. Obviously, as you come down through here into the chicanes, you can see on the track map, if you do brake late, you can come down on the inside, but it is a bit of a blind turn down through there. It is downhill as it leads into the chicanes that I mentioned here. Luke Fallon building up almost a 3-second lead already, probably a second per lap. Might be onto a winner there, Jacob. Hope everyone's Tuesday was well. Mine was spent broadcasting the third and fourth races of the championship week for the Knuckleheads iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. We had some big 358 modifieds and dirt legends out on the track this morning. Tomorrow morning it will be the limited late models for the championship decider. So tonight road courses, tomorrow morning dirt ovals. So still got plenty of racing to come this week. Dean Wright in the 37 machine spins out. A couple of cars there just managing to avoid him. You have Cyrilla, one of those back on the track. Here comes Ash Rogers and the 7 of Anthony Haig. Gets that car back up to speed. Just having some weird technical difficulties over my side. My Streamlabs loses all of its labels and screens and text, and it's just a little small preview screen. Still riding along with Ash Rogers here. He's got Anthony Haig behind him, Dean Wright in front of him. As they come down through those the S's, and that forced Ash to fall back to 9th. Dean's going to move up into 8th. Did speak to Ash earlier, and he was saying that in the Ferrari and the ripple strips, it does get a little bit dicey. In fact, his exact phrasing was, Curbs love to throw the Ferraris to the moon as well, especially the last one in the right in the S's. So he's also driving with virtual reality, so getting used to setting all that up and the differences that come with that would not be easy. Man, I wish I could remember what pie this was. This is such a nice. If you like pies, you like crunchy pies. Yeah, this pie I remember dinner is great. All right, well, we're early in the piece. Luke Fallon's just about to start the 7th lap. Let's have a look at the track from his point of view. All right, big right-hander onto the backstretch. He's about halfway through the track. Fast sweeping backstretch run here. It will climb a little bit. It will drop down the elevation a little bit, but not completely blind crest, but not exactly visible. As we come down to the S's. Just handled that beautifully. Comes around and we're going to start lap 8 of however many we can get in this 60-minute battle. We're about 9.5 minutes in. It's about a sixth of the way, so you're about 45, 50 laps maybe. Let me jump back to the Ferrari in third, the 171. That's Darren Justice Grinner. Can see Wayne Rogers right there behind him. So Rob Chandler just up ahead of them a bit. Like Wayne Rogers trying to make a move on Darren Justice there. Darren Grinner, sorry. He moves the 13 Mercedes up into third place. Darren's going to fall back to fourth. Start to see on the track map all the cars starting to spread out via their own sort of race speed into their own little packs, a couple of distinct groups being formed. There's AJ at the 3-1-2 machine. He's in 7th. Cole Douglas back there behind him. Brock Clark as well. Dean Wright just up in front of him though, and then it's the top 5. quarter of the way into this battle. Coming up on the 13-minute mark, 10 laps in. Will be 50% fuel, so at least one stop. Now, I've been given the advice that it's around 2.3 litres or less fuel usage per lap to get that one stop in. And that's a lot of the guys averaging around 2.4, 2.45 litres, suggesting that a two-stop might be needed because if you go too early, then you will run out of fuel before the end of the race. There's the 46 of Kyle Douglas, Brock Clark behind him in the 10th car Ferrari, 9th spot. Carrying a decent amount of speed there. Would have been a little bit quicker in that previous part than Kyle, but Kyle does have the advantage of being in front, so you've got to get around him. It's not that simple. Great little battle here between the Ferrari and the BMW though. You can see the other Ferrari up ahead, Ash Rogers. Douglas off the track there. That's going to allow Brock Clark to move up into 8th. Cole's going to fall back to 9th. Shows how important entry speed is. If you're carrying too much speed through the turns, the cars will understeer and you will pop out onto the grass. Luke Fallon, Rob Chandler still at the 1 and 2. Go. But we're on the man on our screens, Wayne Rogers. That's what I was trying to go with that. In 3rd place, Darren Grinnett, just behind him, Cliff Potter as well, rounding out that top 5. Mr. Shrubgod, welcome in at Mr. Shrubgod, sir. I'll just do it over here. Shrubgod is one of my streaming partners in crime and good dear friend. I'll put him in that category so he can't deny it. It's gone out live. But check him out if you do like to watch various Twitch streamers. Was last playing the Sinking City Remastered. It's a bit of a is it like what's his name? Cthulhu guy. Sort of like a crazy mindfuck of a game, cross with Sherlock Holmes type stuff. I'm terrible at describing it, but yeah, check him out. He also plays a bunch of other stuff as well. Very entertaining dude. Big cock himself, as you can see via his picture. I'm not picking on him. Ash Rogers, Track Limitless Racing driver in the 312, a Ferrari. Currently in 7th place. He's got Brock Clark just behind him there in 8th. Dean Wright's about 5 seconds ahead of him. Still getting buffering issues, but not as bad as last time. So, okay, that's weird. So I did a test earlier. I went live earlier, about 6,500 bit rate, and it wasn't doing it. So I dropped it to 5.5. Didn't seem to be doing it. So I was like, okay, I'm happy. It's working. And now you tell me it's not. Brock Clark coming in a bit of contact there with Ash Rogers. Nothing crazy. Not going to upset either one's races, but just Ash had to pull up very quickly. So yeah, I think it might actually, because when I did the test, all I did was I streamed straight to Twitch. I didn't worry about the multi-streaming. So I think it might have to do with the multi-streaming maybe. And once again, yeah, only seems to be Twitch. These three troublemakers here. Ash Rogers, Brock Clark, Cole Douglas. They are 7th, 8th, and 9th at the moment. One of the few little pack sort of battles that is going on. We've got 2nd, 3rd, and well, 3rd and 4th is battling, but 2nd's not that far ahead of them. You've got 5th and 6th, of course, 7th, 8th, and 9th, as well as 10th and 11th battling it out. Yuha Striller and Nathan Tapp, 1 lap down apiece. So they would look to be trying to get that lead lap back while everyone pits and try and sort of try and collect some. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Ash Rogers going off the track. We'll fall back to 9th. All right, where are we? 20 minutes into this battle. We're on lap 16. Depending on how hard some cars have had to push, they may be considering having to pit very soon. There's Darren Grinner in 4th. Looks like he had a bit of an off-track issue there, but nothing crazy. Not long got over a bit of a flu type thing, and then woken up today and I'm all congested again and horrible. Oh. Once we get out of this stupid July weather, it's a bit better halfway through the month, and it's just rain, 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 rain. There's Ram Jam, Cliff Potter, Dean Wright just behind him. So Audi versus a Porsche. All right, coming up on lap, let's have a look. Current on lap 18, so it'll be lap 19 is the next number in that list, Bob. It goes 18, then 19, then 20. So I just recently learnt how to count, apparently. Coming up on the 25-minute mark is what I was trying to convey. 50% fuel, so 30-minute mark is the average. But if you are pushing the car a little bit harder than you would like, you will have to go earlier. And also how you sort of run it through the corners and things like that. Have you used the clutch? Have you utilised the car to sort of flow through? We'll start seeing some pit lane entrance very soon. In fact, I think we just saw one as I brought that up. That's what Jason Hutchins. Newhouse Rilla has retired. Nathan Tapp did visit the pits back in lap 8, so I don't think that will be enough of a visit of a gap. But Jason Hutchins, lap 17, our first pit visitor. This battle out the back here. Ash Rogers fallen back to 10th, was 9th. Anthony Hager's got that race car to the Porsche, the 7 Porsche, up into that 9th spot. Nathan Tapp, Jason Hutchins behind them. 12 cars remain in this 1 hour long battle. We're coming up on the 25-minute mark, almost the halfway mark of this race. Reminder that they only have 50% fuel and they do need to make a stop. Some drivers either need to drive conservatively or will need to make a second stop. So some of these guys should possibly maybe pit early or pit soon, so that way they don't build a bit of a lead or get a good run and have to pit and then lose all that hard work. Right there, that's been right. All right, starting to see a couple of guys actually going into the pits. Wayne Rogers and Robert Chandler. So hopefully, their sakes, that's good timing. Luke Fallon, he has a 30-second lead right now over technically second place Darren Grinner, as the second, third, and fourth place drivers have gone into the pits. That's caused a bit of a massive gap, but it does show you exactly what Luke Fallon is getting up to out there on the track. Haig. Ash Rogers moved himself up from 10th to 7th after those few cars have pit. Looks like Dean Wright also in the pits. If I was on the track, I think what I would be doing right now would be pitting and just spending the rest of the race trying to run that one home. Sorry about that coughing fit. Speaking of our race leader, The 9 car, Luke Fallon. There he is right there. He's got the 37 of Dean Wright behind him, but that is a minute and 8 seconds difference. So lap down there. Let's see a couple more cars coming in and out of pit lane. Let's get another. Oh no, there we go. We've still got the count up. So it's just Ash Rogers, Brock Clark, and Luke Fallon who need to stop. Luke Fallon has officially gone into the pits, but he's got a, as says Ash Rogers, I would say it's just Rob and Brock that have not gone into the pits yet. No, just Brock. Brock is going for the late pit, but I imagine Luke is going to get in and out before a lot of these guys even catch up to him. That's a nice car there. That's the 32 of Nathan Tapp. Cliff Potter just ahead of him. Looks like that is Cole Douglas back there behind him. That is over half of the race in. Less than 30 minutes to go in this round 4 GT3 Challenge race. This is the 420 Oz Sim Racing League GT3 Challenge. We're at Road in Atlanta, Bruston, USA for this round. I was told that it was going to be an evening race with that 50% fog. Can see a little bit of fog, a little bit of the heat wave out there with the temperature, but not really that evening-ish race. Still like a nice sunny evening by the looks of it. Potter, Cole Douglas 7th and 8th. There goes Nathan Tapp in 6th. Brock Clark has made it into the pits. He's on his way to the pit exit, so looks like he's going to get in and out and keep that top 5 run. A nice sunny evening. Yeah. Cars have hit. Now it's a matter of, was that enough? Is that going to leave enough fuel to get you to the finish line? We've had a few races like this where a couple of the cars have ducked out or fallen back very late in the race because of that fuel gamble. So let's see who it's going to affect right now. I think the only person they wanted to affect is Luke Fallon, 27-second lead over second place Rob Chandler. They're going to need some sort of crazy miracle to be able to get back into that battle. All right, as we hit the 34-minute mark, or as we come up on that lap 25, it's going to be lap 26 in just a moment. I'm just going to go grab a drink. I'll be back in just one moment. So still just 12 guys on the track, 13 registered. Yuha Cirilla did retire 11 laps ago, has fallen 11 spots through that 13th position. So the remainder of our participants, Wayne Rogers is currently 12th, 11th Jason Hutchins, Ash Rogers has fallen back to 10th, 9th Anthony Haig, Rock Clark then, Brock Clark, what noise it does a chicken make, Brock Clark. In 8th, Kyle Douglas in 7th. Graham Jam is in 6th. That is Cliff Potter. Top 5, Nathan Tapp, Darren Justice Grinner, Dean Wright. The top 3, Rob Chandler currently in 2nd, but our race leader and favourite to win the Road Atlanta Full Circuit round of the GT3 Challenge, Luke Fallon. Coming out of the final turn here is going to start our 27th lap. Only about 17 or so laps remain. Here, Brock Clark 8th spot, Anthony Haig just there behind him. About half a lap down off the lead lap as the 9-car Luke Fallon has started lap 28. These guys still on their 27th. Clark really utilising as much of that track as possible as we see Anthony Haig and Ash Rogers in the background. Peter's doing some weird things. I feel like it is going to be probably coming up on that time where you have to strip everything down, redo all the thermal paste and wipe it and reinstall everything. Still riding along with the 10 Ferrari. Brock Clark so close to that top 5 position, only about 5 seconds out of the top 5 right now. Does have to continue with Anthony Haig, who is right there behind him. Ash Rogers also a little bit further back. Coming up on the final 20 minutes of this battle, the GT3 Challenge Road Atlanta Full Circuit 420 Oz Sim Racing League. So the cars entered 11 still on the track. Newhouse Rilla retired about 14 laps ago. Nathan Tapp currently in the pits. So not sure if he's had some damage or whether he's brought an early end to his race and is going to watch from the pits. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, Wayne Rogers in 11th, Jason Hutchins 10th, Kyle Douglas in 9th, Ash Rogers 8th, 7th, Anthony Haig. This man, Brock Clark in 6th. We've got the top 5, Cliff Potter, Darren Grinner, Dean Wright, Rob Chandler, and our current race leader with a 28-second lead over second place, Luke Fallon. A little banged up there. Right on inside Brock Clark's car as he comes through the S's. Got the left-hander into the right-hander. That will bring him down to the sweeping turns onto the straightaway for the start-finish line. He will start lap 30, less than 20 minutes to go. Here comes Luke Fallon down through this pack. We've been watching Ash Rogers, Anthony Haig, Brock Clark, 6th, 7th and 8th race their way through the track. Here comes the 9 of Luke Fallon. No one ever wants to be that guy that gets in the way of the lead and unfortunately or accidentally causes any concern. So let's see. Ash is going to be the first person that will need to concede the spot. Let's see how he handles it. Down through a fairly racy part of the track. Ash having no problems keeping that speed up, but he's just gone and popped that hard right and gone, there you go, sir, on you go. And that is why that BMW is our race leader of almost 30 seconds. Downhill sweeper up into the uphill line. That is a technical piece of the track, and those guys just flew through that, made that look simple. All right, now that Luke's out of the way, we can go back to this 6th and 7th place battle between Brock Clark and Anthony Haig, because apparently that's more important via the camera crew than our race leader. Speaking of our race leader, actually that's why we're up here with these guys, because here comes Luke Fallon. There's Ash Rogers back there behind him. He was the first person to let Luke through. Anthony Haig and Brock Clark have got to be the next two. First Anthony, then Brock at this stage.
sorry about that, coughing fit. Coming up on the final 15 minutes, the final quarter of this race. Hour-long battle at the Road Atlanta full circuit layout. Fallon there, Anthony Haig there, running somewhat of a good speed. If you can sort of, obviously Luke Fallon is running quite quick throughout all of the circuit. He's got a decent lead, but this is a good example of race speed, where he's not just going to be able to blast past these two guys. He's going to have to work his way through it, build up that gap, decrease that gap, and then get to a point where it's safe for him to not only get past, but for Anthony in the Porsche to allow him past. So surprised he hadn't pulled over there, but he is in also a positional battle with the car up ahead, Brock Clark. So Luke's going to take him on at speed over the apex down the hill. He does. No change to the racing order, just Luke Fallon getting through some lapped traffic here as we get to the final 15 minutes of this race. We're actually just the final 14 now. So Cliff Potter might have misjudged his pit stop. He's back in at the pits. Oh, Brock Clark did not get through the S's correctly. He's going to have to slow down and let that penalty roll through, which will possibly allow, yeah, it does. Anthony Haig is going to move up into 5th there. Brock Clark 6th, Ash Rogers in 7th, Cole Douglas 8th. Cliff Potter currently 9th in the pits, but Jason Hutchins will be coming up on the pit lane very soon. No, he won't. He's coming down that back stretch now. I was looking at the 31, sorry, the 171, not the 91. Now that these two, Anthony Haig and the red Ferrari Brock Clark, have let Luke Fallon, the race leader, that's that car just up ahead of them, into the, let him through, let him back into his race lead. They're able to continue their one-on-one battle. Brock does not look like he has given up on a top 5 finish yet, though. Oh, Anthony hard on the brakes there through the S's, almost overshot them. So Brock was able to see that happen and pull up quite easily and not avoid any contact. Oh, it looks like Rob Chandler might have misjudged the distance as well. He's also in pit lane. Dean Wright, 37 car, is going to move up into 2nd place. Can Darren Justice Gritter get to the pit lane run in time? 171. He is. Here he comes now. That means Anthony Haig and Brock Clark have a chance of moving up into the top 5. That is a win-win. Brock Clark gets his top 5 run. And Anthony Haig doesn't have to submit and lose that position for it to occur. So I just noticed we had one of those stupid bots in the chat. So just jumping over to ban him.
There we go. All right, looks like Rob Chandler able to get that car out of the pits and back on the racetrack in time to keep that top 5 run. He's in 4th now. Looks like Ash Rogers, one of the guys averaging a little bit more than he wanted to per lap fuel usage-wise, has jumped into the pits. He's fallen back to 8th spot there. Cliff Potter will be the next competitor for him as he hits pit lane and gets himself back into this race. Here though, this battle for the top 5 position, Anthony Haig currently has it. Brock Clark really wants it and has been quite competitive in his intentions as he comes down under brakes in the S's. Tried to get that car into position, but did not intimidate Anthony Haig. But Brock does seem to have the run here as he comes down that hill, gets his car up to speed a lot quicker. Hits that start-finish line for lap 38. He will start lap 38, 10 minutes to go in 5th place. Can he hold on to it? A top 5 finish here at Road Atlanta. What a run. Go, Brock. That's 7, it's 13. So that's Wayne Rogers back there. He is 2 laps down. So he's going to be able to it won't matter if he races past them. No positional changes will occur. All 3 of those cars taking that turn a little bit tougher than you should. The tyre tracks onto the grass. What it looks like inside a Ferrari. That is what it looks like. Well, it looks like Anthony Haig forced to give up that Brock Clark battle. He's gone into the pits. This is Rob Chandler on our screens right now. I believe that other car is Nathan Tapp, the 32 machine. He's about 5 laps down, so another positional battle that is really just race battle, not spot battle here. Brock could easily let Nathan by, and it would not concern the positional run at this stage. Rob Chandler in 4th. About 5 seconds away from the top 3, though. 57 seconds behind the leader is Darren Brinner. Rob Chandler, minute 2. See on the track map there. 9 Luke Fallon, his latest lap traffic opponent. Jason Hutchins, the 91. The difference in race speeds there, you imagine Luke will get past him okay. Racing order. Juha Thriller is out of the race. He is currently scored in 13th and will keep 13th. 12th is currently Nathan Tapp. Wayne Rogers in 11th. Jason Hutchins 10th. 9th, Anthony Haig. Cliff Potter in 8th. AJ Ash Rogers in 7th. Cole Douglas in 6th, but he's currently in the pits. So Ash Rogers may be able to move up into that 6th place in the top 5. Brock Clark. Robert Chandler in 4th. Darren Justice Grinner 3rd. Dean Wright 2nd. But our race leader and the favourite to take the race, this man on our screens right now. We're riding along inside the 9 BMW. Luke
Fallon. Four-car pack there. I'm just trying to sort of determine who it is. I believe one of them is Darren Justice and Brenner, maybe, but I can't quite tell. No, he's all the way down to the track. That is the 7 of Anthony Haig. Let's see, who else? 6? No, there's no 6 car. The 46, Cole Douglas. Then Nathan Tapp as well. At 41 underway. Almost 5. There we go. 5 minutes remain in this battle. Anthony Haig, Cole Douglas, then I believe the other car, Nathan Tapp, and then the car in front of him, it's Rob Chandler actually, 17 machine. Yeah, it is. All right, Darren Justice Grinner in the pits. He has miscalculated that run with a few minutes to go. Rob Chandler's going to move up into second. Dean Wright's going to move up into the top 3. Brock Clark can get up into the top 4. Can Ash Rogers secure a top 5 finish? What a night that would be. A couple of the underdogs in the top 5. Left, 3 minutes to remain. The average lap around 1:20. So I reckon about 2 or 3 laps to go. We might get to lap 45 for the white flag lap. So we see a couple of track battles happening right now. Not really for position. Up the front, 37 of Dean Wright, then Kyle Douglas, and then behind them, that is Shaw. Almost look at the number. Who that car is behind the 46 of Cole Douglas. It's not quite showing up on the track map. His number's quite obscured. Could be Anthony Haig. I don't think it is. It might actually be Anthony Haig. It is. You're an idiot, Bob. Yeah, it looks like given the time remaining, a little over a minute 15 remaining. 9 car coming down the backstretch into the S's to get ready to start the 45th lap. This will be the final lap as the sun sets here in Atlanta. Fallon officially on lap 45 at the last lap. Let's jump up to him, watch him run this one out. This hour-long race comes to an epic conclusion. Luke Fallon with a minute 8 second lead over second place Rob Chandler. That is just insane. That is almost one full lap. Luke Fallon's best lap, a minute 18, to give you an idea. So it comes through the right hand. He's going to come up on a bit of lap traffic. Anthony Haig at first. And it's going to be Kyle Douglas, it looks like, and as well as Dean Wright, a few others. Here he comes out of the final turn, gets the checkered flag. What a victory for Luke Fallon. Absolutely smashed it. Gets down to the corner, goes to do a burnout, slams it into the wall, but it doesn't matter. There it is. He is going to burn that rubber. Rob Chandler currently in a second, as some of those cars haven't finished their race yet. Yeah, needs to get out of the way almost. Watch Rob Chandler and crew, they're coming down the backstretch. Through the S's, then the big sweeping right-hander coming out of the blind turn over to the start-finish line. That is Rob Chandler officially scoring in second, Dean Wright getting a third. Darren Justice Grinner, Block Clark have already locked in at their positions. So let's get to the official results. I believe that should be available. All right. That wraps up the 420 AusSim Racing's GT3 Challenge here at Road Atlanta. Yuha Cirilla for the 420 Oz Racing team in 13th. Nathan Tapp finished 12th. Anthony Haig in 11th. 420 AusSim Racing's Wayne Rogers in 10th. 9th, Jason Hutchins and Cole Douglas in 8th. Track Limits Racing, Ash Rogers in 7th. Cliff Ramjam Potter for 420 AusSim Racing in 6th. Our top 5, congratulations, Brock Clark with his highest finish so far. Lurker Racing's Darren Justice Grinner in 4th. Dean Wright took out 3rd. 420 Oz, Rob Chandler in 2nd. But Tickford Racing gets the job done. Luke Fallon wins. He is an absolute gun. And has got to be considered the favourite every time he is on the track. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and watching, especially Shrubs, Hell Reaper, Jacob Smith, Robbo, everyone that lurked in the background just to see their favourite drivers, things like that. Tomorrow morning, Australian, we have the last race for the current grassroots racing series for the Knuckleheads iRacing League. We will crown a champion. 13-point difference between Travis McDonald and Mike Moniz. So I believe Travis will lock that in, but you'll want to watch the final race because everyone will want to claim it. Then we'll be back Thursday morning Australian, the KMKZ Promotions Nationals, the Hell Tour, super late model dirt action on a dirt oval. So if you want to watch some more racing, we've still got plenty to come this week. And then we start it all over again Sunday night Australian with the 420 Oz Sim Racing League and the Season 4 of the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. So lots of racing still to come. Obviously, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. They are all BobbethTV socials. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again next time. As always, my name's Bob. Thank you so much for watching. Love yous all. Bye.